to you, since I am not a meteorologist, I don't even really play one on TV very well. But yes, I'm going to give these to the fabulous people who put the weather together. I know everyone wants to take a bite of that one. Literally. So it hurts. Okay, so here's the deal. We have a lot of rain on the way, and it's going to arrive tomorrow. So today we have a break in the system. And thank you to Ryan for those beautiful cookies that I can apply directly to my butt cheeks. That's why I will not be eating those, but you guys can have some. Breezy and cool today. A forecast I think you'll like before the storm. The storm rolls in. We have rain, we have snow, we have winds, we have everything in the mix. You don't need a meteorologist to tell you that, right, Tony? Here's the satellite shot.
Sure, whatever.
Great, good times. Good working with you. When are you done? Tomorrow's your last day?
Pretty much.
Thank God. Anywho, there's a big front moving in, and it's going to produce the rain and the snow and the winds. 58 in Malibu today, and the same in Pasadena. The same.
Good thing we have a great mediator on the set with us right now.
You know, we really do. She's a judge. Although I feel like she's judging you right now. Are you judging?
She's a judge.
Penny?
Yeah,
Penny. She doesn't mess around.
Let's not scare her off before we get to her.
Well, she's been here before. She knows the drill. It's Valentine's Day Saturday. Does the judge have a date? You have your husband?
Oh, I do. Quite a date.
Good.
I just love that. I love
15 years. This one's been hitting out. He says, oh my God. She sat down. He said, you sound like Lena Horne, which you do.
She does.
Yeah, you do.
She has that Lena Horne voice.
We actually think around the eyes you look a little like
yeah.
Lena Horne too.
Not related, are you?
No, not with the southern charm that she had.
And then she told me a secret that you were a jazz singer?
Yes, in my younger days.
Doesn't surprise me. Let's introduce you properly. Is that okay?
Sure.
All kinds of stories get heard on Family Court with Judge Penny. Here's one about a mother upset with the son who won't stop cussing her out.
Ooh.
I am on a daily basis referred to as a female dog with adjectives before that.
Do you call your mother that?
Yes, ma'am.
Why, sweetheart? Why would you do that?
Because honestly, when I get so frustrated, I will say things that I don't mean.
You have a lot of hostility yourself, if I say so myself.
I do. You are absolutely
You got
correct.
a whole lot of hostility.
If you spent this many years driving him to counseling, calling
Baby,
people
that's
for
what
help.
you're supposed to do as a mother.
Exactly.
You're not going to get any sympathy from me.
You tell her, buddy. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy.
What do you think when you see these clips? Do you think, okay, that's me, or I was hard on them, or do you, it's the truth?
No, I like to speak the truth. It's really, really easy for me because I'm a mother and a grandmother.
What?
You're a grandmother?
I'm a grandmother.
Shut the front door.
I am, girl.
What?
And so I know that
Wow.
nobody gives parents manuals on how to be parents.
So you started young, which means that you were a young mom yourself. Did that make you more strict or more?
No, I didn't really learn how to be a parent until they were grown. I have two grown sons.
Well, how did
And
you
then
become a
really-
judge through all of this?
You know, I have quite a story.
I bet you do. And where does the jazz singing fit in here? This is very
Well, when I was
interesting.
younger, I loved to sing. I love music, New Orleans. I was born and raised in New
How
Orleans.
can you not? Wow.
And so I would sing, you know, everything from Lena Horne
To Stormy
everyone.
Weather? Did you sing Stormy
Oh
Weather?
my God. Them that's got shall get.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of. I still got it going on.
still got it.
You see what you bring me out? I'm a judge and I'm on the show singing. My goodness. But I've always wanted to.
I would like to see you in Chambers.
Or maybe Steve.
Oh, definitely,
Definitely Steve. But I used to watch Perry Mason. And I always wanted to be, they didn't have a lot of lawyers and judges of color.
Yeah.
And I really dreamed of being a judge. I think that I have that kind of personality. I have a lot of compassion. I have the flip side of a lot of
But you can be tough.
I have to be tough.
What do you think about Octomom?
She needs some counseling for many reasons. First of all, having children, 6 of them under the age of 7 or 8, I feel for the children that she needs some help. There is a hole somewhere in her soul
That she cannot fill.
That she's trying to fill up with kids.
and I
babies.
believe that's what she's saying.
So if Octomom were standing before you in your courtroom right now for whatever reason,
On what
what would you
charges?
say to her?
I would say, honey, what we have to do is figure out why you think one single parent can give love to 14 children under the age of 7, and that's a good thing.
And even her parents are, you know, her mother's been very vocal about
Well,
this
you
being
know,
a big
because
problem.
her mother is doing all the raising and
And she's not happy
financial
about it, so that's
support.
scary.
Absolutely. I mean, she said that it was unconscionable.
Yeah.
And so think about the dynamics that's going on between the mother
What about
and
the
that
doctor?
house.
We're,
That's what
we're
I
showing
said.
the doctor. Do you think there are any legal ramifications about his
Oh,
having done
absolutely.
this?
When I was before I was a judge, I was an assistant attorney general, and I represented various licensing boards. He has two things he has to be worried about. Number one, there's going to be an investigation on an administrative level to see if he has any violations of ethical violations that would warrant any sanctions against his license to practice medicine.
So he will be scrutinized.
Oh, absolutely. And he should be.
Now, that's the first thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's the first thing.
Okay.
And then I don't know if this, you know, you sit back and you try to wonder, was this done for publicity? What was the reason for
Well, the
he did
grandmother
it?
said she begged the doctor not to do it after the 6th kid. She
He's the one
begged
who
him not to.
also
Money, maybe?
Absolute money, notoriety. I mean, she has some issues. I've seen some clips where
what
she's
about
wanting
specific
to do the...
legal
for sure.
ramifications? Anything that he could possibly face?
Well, the greatest thing you can lose as a professional is the ability to, be able to practice your craft. And so he's facing some issues that he's going to really have to deal with, because protocol, from what I understand, is you wouldn't implant any more than 2 or 3 embryos.
Right.
And you were starting to say something, and we cut you off. You saw something in the mother that...
Oh, I was talking about the dynamics between the grandmother and the mother. And then you watch her on, she did this story where she's wanting to do plastic surgery, I think, to look like...
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hello, she's trying to emulate her in many ways.
Right, but when you
Just
do
something's
that...
off.
There's a
You're filling
hole
up.
in the
There's
soul.
a hole. And, you know, it's my understanding that she had issues with depression.
Well,
Yeah.
and there are other issues. You spoke very, very eloquently about, think about the kids in this situation. First of all, she can't afford these kids. I think that's pretty clear. Secondly, there may be health issues with the octuplets that have not maybe emerged even yet. And we, as a society, are going to have to foot the bill for these kids. We are even now, perhaps,
She
because
said
it's
she
going to cost
wasn't.
millions.
She was not on welfare, but now she says, yes, I'm on assisted living. So
You know
is it the
what's
same thing?
scary to me, although I know the financial part is a burden that we all will have to bear, I'm certain, but what about these children? I know, who has a small child? Anybody?
Me.
Do you know, when I have to babysit my 3-year-old granddaughter, I mean...
It's exhausting.
This is
For one
exhausting.
person.
So imagine 14 of
This
them.
is like a preschool class. If you go into a kindergarten or a
Yes.
preschool
And
class,
also-
that's how many kids are
And
there.
also, she grew 8 brains in her belly. Like they were saying, the chances of something long-term, there's...
But what are their chances in terms of love and affection and feeling special? They deserve to feel special. And so I think really, number one, she needs some help.
Judge Penny Brown Reynolds, thank you so much for coming in this morning and talking about so many different things. Family Court with Judge Penny airs weekdays at 12:30 on May 13th.
I'll regret that one.
Coming up at 9 o'clock,
Well, when it's on
Christopher
YouTube,
Titus
you can
is
see
here,
it.
and Paul Rodriguez is also with us.
Have we mentioned Steve Harvey? Is he still coming on? Steve Harvey? I don't know. Hello, Steve Harvey? I think he's coming on. He has a
He's
book.
coming on tomorrow, I think.
Oh, I'm so excited. He's got a new book. It's called Act Like
Yes.
a Lady, Think Like a Man. I got the man.
Hi, I'm in Atlanta with him.
You are?
Okay, I'm sorry. Your show's on at 2:30.
Yes.
Not 12.
I'm studying a play. You can read it.
I'd rather listen to you.
She meets one day this boy, Michael. Out of nowhere, they embark on this relationship.
Critics are calling The Reader a masterpiece. Time magazine raves. Kate Winslet gives the best performance of the year.
It's been some of the most valuable experiences of my entire life.
And now, The Reader has been nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Actress and Best Picture. The Reader, rated R, now playing.
Hi, I'm Felicia Rashad, starring in a new role with Jenny Craig. Now, I think I look pretty good. But how about this? I will go from good to better to best. With Jenny Craig, I get my own personal consultant who helps me understand a new approach to thinking about food. I lost 5 pounds in my first week, and this is only Act 1.